Boy, pedophilia's are in, huh? God damn, finally a trend I missed out on. Woo! Did you get invited to Epstein Island? No? Me neither. Me neither. I didn't get the invite. I didn't have enough money. I was too busy. I work as a tour guide. That's my job. I like it. You know, I work at landmarks. You meet people from all around the world. It's nice. The only thing is, sometimes you got to give tours to kids. And I'll be honest with you, I'm sick of these motherfuckers. I don't know if it's the phones or whatever, but I'm gonna tell you right now, these kids are fucked up. I know, because I've been doing this shit for 10 years. They're definitely worse than they were a decade ago. And they're rude, and they think like you're not gonna go back at them. Like, I had this punk bitch ass 8-year-old interrupt me the other day. Yeah, and he had one of those top heavy fucking Macklemore hipster haircuts. Just interrupt me right in the middle of the tour, and he's like, "Why is this tour so boring?" You know, I'm a comedian, so I understand crowd dynamics. Like, if you guys talk shit to me and I don't go back at you, you're gonna think I'm weak, right? You're not gonna respect me. 8-year-olds are the same way. So I just said the meanest thing I could think of. I was like, I don't know, why do you have a Hitler Youth haircut? And that was bad, because I found out he was Jewish. I didn't know. You know what I learned? There's no good backpedal out of that one. I tried like 3 different ones. I was like, oh, my cousins are Jewish. That didn't work. I was like, oh, I love Jesus and Bob Dylan. That didn't work. But you know, only the teachers got upset. The students, I realized, they're 8. They don't even know what Jews are. They thought I was saying juice. They got excited. My other side hustle, I work as an Uber driver. 2 people, all right, thank you. I'm just kidding. I'm doing God's work, let me tell you. No. Yes, the other day I picked up this guy, and he kept farting. He kept farting, and like 3 minutes in, I just got sick of it, and I was like, bro, could you stop farting? And the arrogance of this guy, he tried to play it off like he wasn't farting. I was like, listen, motherfucker, there's 2 people in the car, and I didn't fart. So unless there's a demon from the 4th dimension here ripping ass, he tried to play it off. What kind of psychopath is this? And then right before we dropped off, he admitted, he's like, bro, I'm sorry, you know, I had Taco Bell. And he's like, are you gonna give me a bad rating? Yeah, I'm gonna give you a bad rating. I want the next driver to know this guy's a farting fool. My favorite people to pick up are drunk women that are angry. They're the best passengers, because you just turn into a therapist. You know, which I enjoy. Like, I picked up this Latina woman the other day, and she was hilarious. She had just broke up with this dude, and then got in the car and called him back, and then read him the riot act for 20 minutes straight. Like, he didn't get a word in. I don't think she breathed. She took a breath the entire time. Like, to the point, like, if we were in court, I would've been like, guilty. And the funny thing was, at the end, she was like, I'm sick of these fucking men that I see the kinetic energy in them that they don't see in themselves. And she's like, the problem is, he thinks he's the fucking shit, but I'm the fucking shit, Poppy. You know what I did? I gave her my number. Worth a try, that's what I was thinking. That's the best thing to do when women are drunk and angry. Go, yes, yeah, absolutely, I agree. You eat ass? No? Wow. I gotta be honest with you, I pegged you as an ass eater. I was wrong. Can't always be right. How many of you guys eating ass? All right, couple. Eating ass with the chain out, I like that, yeah. Bravado, yeah. I was just curious, because I heard this the other day. There's actually more people right now in the United States, 35 and under, that eat ass than have mortgages. Think about that shit. I don't care what Trump says. That's not a good economy. I said the same thing when Biden was president. I don't know who the fucking Democrats thought it was a winning strategy to be like, let's tell people things are going great. I don't know who was that fucking dumb. I don't eat ass. I'm a hypochondriac. No, I mean, I respect people that eat ass. Same reason I respect, like, super religious people. They got a lot of faith. Hey, everybody makes fun of faith. Now, faith is a beautiful thing. I'm a free agent. I'm looking around. I'm searching for it. I just got too much anxiety to eat ass. I lost my virginity when I was a freshman in college, and it was to the lady across the hall. And it was when Dallas Buyers Club came out. And I got a cold the next day. I don't know if you know that movie. I'll be honest with you, I didn't pay attention in high school. Like, I didn't know shit about HIV. I just thought you got it from fucking. And I got a cold and I got OCD, so I started Googling HIV symptoms. So I walked across the hall like sweating bullets, like, she knocked on the door, she came out, I was like, do we have AIDS? You know, she didn't fuck me again after that. Deserve that one. I don't even know how the thought process works though for all these people. They're like, oh my God, I can't afford this house. Do you eat ass? Yeah? What do you do for work? What do you say? Sales? That's an ass-eating type of job, yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Sales, you gotta commit to that shit. Just like eating ass, you can't go in there with some weak-ass tongue, you gotta be ready. You ever get a finger up your butt? No? I'll be honest with you, I did it one time, and for me, getting a finger up my butt was like 9/11. Never forget, you know? I didn't enjoy it. I didn't like it. I'm not crapping on the people that do it. Just for me, I felt like it took away from what was happening in the front, you know? But I respect the finger up the butt community, you know what I mean? Who'd you vote for? That was a Trump pause. You hear that? No, he said he didn't vote. He said he didn't vote. All right, be nice. Well, it's all right, you know. Welcome to the big city, kid. I don't know what to tell you. You know that you feel how uncomfortable this room is now that I asked that question, brought up politics. You guys got more uncomfortable for who did you vote for than do you eat ass. That's how bad politics are now. Woo! I like talking about it because I know it makes people uncomfortable, but you know, hey, we live in a republic. You know, if you can't have conversations with people you don't agree with, not good. You got to be able to change people's minds. That's part of the problem is people don't want to talk to people they disagree with. That's the only way to change people's minds. Like, you know, I'll be honest with you, I did support Donald Trump in WrestleMania in 2007. Did anybody watch that wrestling? Yeah. All right, so I was 12, and this is real. Donald Trump was in the main event of WrestleMania that year. That's how I found out who he was. That was my introduction to the guy that would be president 10 years later, was wrestling. WWE wrestling. It was him against the commissioner of the WWE, Vince McMahon, and to be honest with you, when I was 12, Donald Trump made a lot of sense to me. He just came in, just started attacking everybody at the top. He was like, Vince McMahon is a disaster, running the WWE into the ground. 12-year-old me's like, finally somebody with the truth. I had no idea he'd be leader of the free world fucking 10 years later. I'll be honest with you, I don't like him. I think he's a bad guy, and the Epstein Island shit, they're not good for your resume, I would say. But I do think that he does say things that are true every now and again. But our politics is so toxic now. It's this way with both parties. Nobody can ever agree on anything, that we never get shit done. And then the people that run the show run off with all the pie, and we argue over the crumbs. Like when he talks about how corrupt the country is, you know he's not lying. forgets to admit he's a part of the corruption. Trump talking about corruption is pretty wild. That's kind of like Diddy being like, you know, rape's out of control right now. Why is that, Sean? Do you got something to do with those numbers? I mean, it's just like, okay, I vote for the Democrats, right? That doesn't make me a good person. That doesn't make me smart. It makes me a loser almost every fucking 4 years. These people drive me insane. Like, I wonder if they want to lose. Biden, how do you know about the Epstein files and you don't release them? Like, if I was president and I knew about that shit, and I knew there was a bunch of people implicated that were my political ops, I would have did that shit like an artist doing an album drop. It would have been Pedophile Fridays. This week, Donald Trump. Next week, Bill Clinton. Week after that, Bill Gates. You know, like, I would have been dropping all the fuck them. Are you serious? It makes me wonder, like, do we got a Harlem Globetrotters, Washington Generals thing going on here? It's like they want to lose. In an era where if an idiot like me that's a comedian can figure out, it comes down to how charismatic are you on camera? How can you communicate a message to Gen Z and millennial people in the middle who are going to decide the election? And they get the most uncharismatic fucking people on the planet. Joe Biden didn't talk for 45 seconds during the debate. You know what that would be like? That would have been like if the quarterback in the Super Bowl on Sunday just was like, hike, and just stood there. And he stayed in the race for like another 2 months. He either had to drop out the next day or you had to do something crazy to change the narrative. Like, if I ran his campaign, this is what I would have done. The next day I would have been like, Joe, we're taking on water. You got to do something wild. You're going to call a State of the Union. We're going to legalize drugs. Tell me if Joe Biden did this, it wouldn't have helped his poll numbers. All right? He's got 2 lines of booger sugar right in front of him. And he ripped ones off and goes, my fellow Americans, they used to call me Sleepy Joe. Now they call me Joe Blow, right? People in the middle are like, he's being dynamic. Instead, he waits till the last fucking minute possible, puts Kamala in a bad position. We didn't even get to vote. We didn't even get to vote on who the next candidate was, and I don't have anything against Kamala. She has a successful career. I'm not hating, but she wasn't the best candidate for the moment. She was a successful attorney, but if you really wanted to win, you had to get somebody that was killer on camera. Like, if the Democrats really wanted to win, they should have picked Deion Sanders. You guys know this guy? Prime time, yeah. All right, he was a Hall of Fame football player. He named himself Prime Time. Sounds like an American president already, right? Also a baseball player, and he's a coach now, right? Coaches college kids. Kind of controversial to some people. I love him. I think he's great. But this is why he would win, because he's one of the great shit talkers to ever walk the face of the earth. And that's what this shit has come down to. Like, they interviewed him on 60 Minutes. There's any old people here? All right, well, I was watching 60 Minutes. I know Gen Z's like, how many minutes? What's that? It's this interview show. So they interviewed him, and they're like, Coach Prime, the other coaches don't like you. Why is that? He just looks right at the person. He goes, they're scared. The interviewer goes, what are they scared of? He goes, they don't want the little engine that could to realize that it can. Because that little engine's gonna go, I think I can, I think I can. Pretty soon it's gonna go, I know I can, I know I can. Eventually it's gonna go, I did that. I was high, I started doing push-ups. That guy will get people to the polls. That's what it takes. You know what, I think part of the reason our politics is so screwed up now is social media. Because I'm an actor, so I understand this, that once the camera's rolling, it's not real anymore. Reality TV is bullshit. When the camera's rolling, you're playing a character, whether you're conscious of it or not. And we're on social media so much, especially young people now, we live life like the fucking camera is always rolling. And it's making our country crazy, because people say shit on social media, they're never gonna back up in real life. Even people who I agree with on some stuff. Like, my friend posted the other day on Instagram, he's like, I didn't even vote. I'm not even voting in the midterms because I'm just waiting for the Civil War and the revolution. I was like, Eddie, you're a motherfucking dog walker, bro. Think of the level of naivete that takes. This dude is walking a poodle, thinking to himself, I'm gonna overthrow the most powerful government in the world. And like a lot of people on the left, he's shaped like this. They're talking about overthrowing the government. They couldn't overthrow a fucking Waffle House. Have you ever seen those Waffle House employee videos? Antifa versus the Waffle House. The Waffle House is taking it. I'm gonna hate to break it to you. It's being real. That's the thing. People are full of shit. We are way too soft now for a civil war. Do you take cold showers? Yeah, you're not ready for a civil war. I'm not either. I'm way too soft for a civil war. You I condition my hair 6 days a week. Hey, that's been my time. Give it up for Georgia, everybody. Thank you.